started art classes when she was 4 years old and won prizes, and she loved painting. And then that was followed by music lessons. And then later when she took voice lessons. So she was interested in all the arts. She was the best dancer in the class, and I didn't want her to not be friends with the other girls, and I didn't want them to be jealous of her or anything. So I had to find a way to support her needs. So I learned that when we got home, I would tell her how wonderful she was, but not in front of the other girls, and that seemed to work. We went to a trip to New York when she was a junior in high school, and we saw all the Broadway shows. And at that time, jazz was very at the top of everything. Everybody wanted to be a good jazz dancer. And so we went to JoJo Smith's dance factory, and he was the top jazz teacher in New York. And she was unusual because she could do 5 pirouettes on the right and 4 on the left, and in a jazz class, so that made her very unique. And he offered her a scholarship right then and there. So he said, when you come back after you graduate, you have a full scholarship here. It's a very hard life to go to New York and compete, and it has to be something that's from inside, not something someone else wants for you. It was such a shock, and she went into a coma, and she was in a coma for a year before she woke up. They told me that she had probably about a 4-year life expectancy because she's brainstem injured. A brainstem injury knocks out your speech and your motor, so you have no control movements, but it doesn't knock out your intellect. So she has memory, she has a good memory, they can refer back to something funny that happened, and she likes a good joke, and it's just that she's just helpless, she's trapped. Well, I think the dancing school should be full of joy and happiness, and it's a place where children and people of all ages can visit or take classes and leave their troubles someplace else. It's an escape. It still takes a lot of time, but I want Melba's to be preserved, and I want to keep the studio a first-class studio just like it's always been. The trust is set up to for people to give her gifts that will help pay for some of her expenses. Keeping Melba's here for future generations is just my whole life work and my dream, and I want it to continue without causing any problems with taking care of Laurin, because I can't cut that short in any way.
Hello, everyone. My name's Edna DeSaro, and it's hard to believe that over 30 years ago, I stood on this very same stage for my first ballet dance, my first ballet recital. And over 30 years later, I'm still standing on this stage, proud to say that I'm part of the Melba School of Dance family. For some of you, yes, you should applaud that, because for some of you, you probably had your children dance on this stage for the first time, and I sure hope that you will be here for many more years to come. Melba School of Dance has touched the lives of over 3 generations, over 50 years. Children after children after children have received the love of dance through Melba School of Dance. And Melba, none of us, as I was growing up, none of us really truly ever saw that pain that I know you have in your heart for Laurin. Instead, we saw a smile, we saw strength, and we saw love. You've always done the best to keep the walls and the floors and everything looking beautiful for your students. And on this special weekend, Mother's Day weekend, we salute you for being such a strong woman, a businesswoman, but more than anything, a mother who has been caring for Laurin behind the stage for over 30 years. The trust that has been established for Laurin through her friends and her family, we would love to have all of you open your hearts and help us keep Melba School of Dance around for more generations to come. No donation or contribution is too small. Matter of fact, today I open my heart and I give you the first of many, as long as God gives me my power to do so. I present you the first check from my heart to yours, because you have been that special person in so many of our lives that has given us so much. It's our turn to give back to you the love that you have given us, so that you can turn around and give back to that special person in your life. So, here's my first small, but with a lot of heart, contribution to Laurin, Melba. And I hope that all of you understand that no contribution to Laurin is too small. Today, after the recital, we will have the doors open, of course, and tables out in the foyer, where you can also make a contribution to the We Love Laurin Special Needs Trust. Thank you again, and Melba, have a wonderful and beautiful Mother's Day weekend.